Hello, everyone. This is the first show of Old Marvin's Poetic Blue Jeans show. And I feel very fortunate as our first person to be show their poem and interviewed is Charlie. I've known Charlie from the music show. I found out that he was a poet, and I hadn't heard any of his poetry before, and I was really excited to hear some of it. So here's Charlie with his poem called 666 1904.
So, yes, the title speaks for itself, and this is a satire poem 666, 1904. Thank you. My left ass cheek is to Michael Bolton. My right ass cheek is to Christy Nome. What is the difference? How the fuck should I know? Go ask Diddy. Oops. Secretary Rubio, you mean to tell me that 1,000 bottles of baby oil warrants an invasion on garbanzo beans? FEMA spreads her legs open. Tariffs use their own jizz to bathe in the sun. Breaking news. Baldoni's legal team preaching sports bra in Iran. Blake Lively's defense team karaoke to anthem song 1904. Bossa Nova was a catchphrase invented by South Korean President Milhouse. Next time you have a colonoscopy, just make sure you thank JD Vance for plugging your butthole with GOP measles and abortion detention malls. Kanye Commotion Broadway Musical. America, I am not sorry I farted brown chocolate soup on your flag. America, I am not sorry the Declaration of Independence has chlamydia based on your low IQ Geico score. America, I am not sorry the U.S. Senate gave you a UTI. America, I am not sorry your president is on Epstein's list. America, I am not sorry you swallowed the big disastrous pill. If Karen Bass is a liar, then why do I always eat leftover guacamole? 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals too much shit in the world equals Earth herself as a plumber will not be able to fix her own clogged pipes equals we are fucked.
Love it, love it. You said earlier, I believe, when we were talking before, Charlie, that you wrote this poem a year ago or
That's
last
correct.
year.
That's
Last year,
correct.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was saying how it's so prominent of what everything we're going on today in the world. You
Mhm.
know, what was your inspiration to write this? The world and fucked up it is.
Yeah, I was two things. I was depressed and I was just watching the news as they bombard you. News outlets always bombard everything with everything that's happening in the world. And I started to just write the first few lines because when I get into a depressed mode, the other half of me starts to be a little humorous.
Mm.
So I started to listen to that other person that had a lot of humor and I went with it. I go, okay. I started to write the first couple of lines. I said, okay, I love this. And then, using celebrity names cast as an elaborate distraction, as the media always does so well with distractions. And I
Yes.
figured using these names can also help uh, elevate the humor and the ridiculousness and the stupidity that our country is at the moment. And that is what really inspired the poem. And then I just started to really make fun of it all and make fun of the whole situation with everything that's happening.
Charlie, is this the first time you've shared this poem? Because you said you wrote it in 2025.
This is the first time I'm sharing it live and with you guys.
Okay.
I do have um a blog site and I have shared it. I've shared that this poem on there with a few of my other people that subscribe to my page and they really enjoy this as
Yeah.
well because it really does speak volumes.
Yes.
So, but
Yeah.
this is the first with you guys.
Okay.
Live.
Yeah. With Don's help, I realized how much because Don has a lot of your files, and I remember you saying during one of the music shows that you stopped writing or something like that, or you stopped trying to publish it or something. Am I
No,
correct?
no, I didn't stop writing. I write constantly every day.
Okay.
I just I got tired of sharing it on in real life or on live period. For that while I just didn't want to do it and I just didn't want to do it anymore because I just like to share it on my blog post. I feel it's
Okay.
more better than me trying to use my voice to recite it.
Mhm.
But I'm doing it right now with you guys, and it's been a long, long time since I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
recited a poem to anybody, and you guys are the first to hear me recite this poem for the first time.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I write every day. I
Okay.
just really, there's other things I would definitely love to share more, but there's just so much that that there's got to be a time for it. So,
Do you normally write things that are going? Because I write things that are going in around me. You know what I mean? Do you
mhm.
write that in that same way? I mean, I know how you inspired it, but
I
inspired.
do write what is happening, but I have to write it in the state of mind when I'm good and ready to write it because I love writing satire, but I also write experimental. I like writing avant-garde stuff as well, and I also been doing some introspection too and writing very short stuff that's kind of visual and very relatable,
Yes.
at least to help others out there overcome anxiety and depression and stress of our times right now.
Yes.
So I like to be very versatile with my writing. I don't just stick to one thing. I go off the hinges a lot. And that's but I love writing this too. So but yeah, I do to your question, yeah, I do write what's happening in the world at times.
I don't go off the hinges, Charlie. I go off the train tracks. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I
Hey,
love that too.
but I see your creativity, how prominent it is because of that picture behind you.
Say that one more time.
I can see how creative you are with that picture behind you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like I said, I have more. I have a couple of these that I was fiddling around with,
Yeah.
but it was through uh, an app, a digital thing that I was trying to experiment. But then again, I'm always experimenting with
Something
words
creative,
too.
right?
So, huh?
Are you always trying to experiment with something that's creative?
Always, yeah. And I use the cut up technique that William Burroughs used back in his days. And I know David Bowie used that as well with his music. There's been a lot of people that have looked up to him, and they passed the torch, and now I'm still doing that as well. I'm
Can
still
you enlighten me on what that is?
the cut up technique is uh, getting any kind of verse, even if it's your own work or maybe headlines of any news headlines that are around, and just cram everything in one pot and you swirl it around and then whatever words or phrases you pull out of that pot or hat and you put them at random and whatever you see you just rearrange them and then that becomes uh, how did William Burroughs say it makes you see the future or it predicts the future.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Well,
I with this I didn't use the cut up. I just went straight for what I was feeling. But I have other works that I've throwing it in the cut up, and that really comes out
Easily. Was
easily.
this
Yeah.
was this easy to write?
I'm sorry.
Once you was this poem easy to write once you just let it flow?
Yeah, I wrote this within 5 minutes, I believe,
Wow.
and I knew exactly where I was trying to take this, and then after that, within those 5 minutes, I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty interesting that it took me 5 minutes because it usually takes me about a couple of days or maybe a day. Depends on my mood, depends on what's happening around me and how I observe it. And I have to be very, very not too careful, but just careful enough that this is exactly what I'm not the only one that's feeling. I think everyone else is feeling it. So
And it's funny, Charlie, because that one line in the second stanza that says, FEMA spreads her legs open.
yeah,
That alone makes a statement. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I think. So
it
there's a
does.
lot in this poem, but that one thing is, you know, I
Yeah,
can't do all day.
yeah, yeah. It like I said, it's I I don't like what's going on as much as anybody else in this planet doesn't like it either. And just writing this just made it all feel better, and I just started to laugh at it, and
Yeah,
I just thought, man, this is how ridiculous we really are as a country. And it also made me think of Dave Chappelle too when I
yeah.
wrote it because he said it on his comedy a bunch of times that actually I maybe he might have said it, I'm not sure, or someone else said it that what Dave Chappelle does is put a mirror in front of everybody, and that's what they're seeing each other, what they're doing.
Mm.
I know that he's the GOAT. He says what he says, and some people don't like it. Other people love it. And I love that example that he puts that mirror in front of everybody's face, and that's what I'm doing. I'm putting a mirror in everybody's face, how really, really stupid things are. And this
Look at
is
yourself. Look at yourself, right?
yeah,
Look in the
yeah.
mirror.
Just look at it and really do you really wanna be living like this? You really want society to be this way?
Yeah.
Come on. I don't.
We can do better.
I think nobody does.
I think humanity could do better.
Yeah,
We do.
yeah.
You know?
Humanity can do better, and we can all do better.
Yes.
And we could all make those right choices, be good to each other. Um, Obviously quoting Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. How can you go wrong with that? That's the simple thing you could say, and
Yeah.
that is the truth. And love and peace, love and
Yeah.
peace.
Yes. Hey, Don King, Fisher Campbell, you have any
Yep,
questions for Charlie?
sure. But I have to first say that when I squint my eyes, he kind of looks like that guy in the movie, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bill and Ted, Bill and
You know
Ted.
who I'm talking about. Keanu Reeves.
Yep, Keanu Reeves. I love that
Yeah.
guy. He's my I told my wife this and she knows it too because that's her too. I always say, yeah, he's I got two man crushes. And mine's is Keanu Reeves and Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, yeah.
Simple as
Good
that.
choices.
Simple as that. And then my girlfriend too. She loves Keanu Reeves and Trent Reznor.
I like his heart, you know, Kina, because he has all kinds of money. He's walking around looking broke. He's not so caught up in the materialistic side of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think from what I see in
Yeah.
well, I have two main questions, and one is Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton.
I'm
Uh-huh.
laughing. I'm laughing. I love that line. My left ass cheek is to Michael Bolton.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Great poem.
Yes.
Great poem.
Yeah. Like I said, I I I was watching this old movie from late 90s, Can't Hardly Wait. and the guy, the main character Preston, is talking about Michael Bolton. And I remember when I was in, it was in around the 90s. Yeah, I remember seeing MTV, of course, like all of us, and Michael Bolton would come on, and I always thought, man, okay, I appreciate that song very little, but
Mhm.
man, was it annoying. It was so like, no, no, no. I wanna hear the good stuff. And then when metal came up or anything else came, I was like, okay, I'm all in for that. But Michael Bolton was that name that it just came in and then left. And
Hey,
I,
hey,
yeah,
hey, did Michael get a lot of radio time along with NBT time?
yeah, he did. He
He
did
did.
a
Okay.
lot.
So at that time, what station would he been on? KF 101?
K Earth 101, Kiss FM.
Kiss FM.
Um,
Not KLOS, right?
I'm not, who knows? Maybe. But yeah, he was I get very interested how the media or just society gets very, very consumed with certain celebrities in our time, and because other things are happening in the world that the media's trying their best to squeeze everything all at once, but it's you see it everywhere. And I like that using those types of names cause the biggest distraction of all, especially where we're at today. You get these Kardashians that it really works to the media's advantage and the consumerism of it.
Yeah.
And but I know they're well aware, anybody's well aware of what's going on out in the world, but they choose to just numb themselves
Yeah.
every single day of it.
And you say you write every day, pretty much.
Yeah, I haven't stopped. I've been writing poetry since 2001. So
Wow.
that's 26 years already? Yeah, 26
Yeah.
years in.
It's hard to stop, isn't it?
It very much is because you have so much going through that head and
Yeah.
there's a lot of ideas and you just write them, and then you just write them. It just
Yeah.
comes out.
So it's something I can't stop doing. It's like sex, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
joking. I'm joking.
yeah.
So, you want to add anything else to your poem or your interview?
No, just thought I share breaking news, like I said, because that's how you hear it every day. Breaking news
Yeah.
every day, every day. It doesn't feels like the TV itself doesn't stop, and I feel that the TV has already developed some schizophrenia, and
Wow.
the machine itself won't stop. It just starts throwing everything at everybody's face. So I guess that's it. That's
It's funny for you to mention that because the line "breaking news" is perfectly set in the poem. It's almost right there, where it's like breaking news, like you always see in the news. Breaking news.
mhm.
Love that.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming out for this first show of ours.
Well, thank you for having me, and it's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Until next time, guys, old Marvin's Poetic Blue Jeans Show. We'll see you next time.